This video is going to show you how to draw and edit a feature. In the last video, we created a geodatabase and added 3 feature classes to it. This video will take those 3 feature classes and will actually draw the features and do some editing with them. So we're going to open up a new session of ArcMap, close this little screen, and we have a blank map. First thing we're going to do is go to the catalog. If for some reason catalog is not visible, we'll go to Windows, Catalog, and it appears. We'll click the Catalog tab, and we'll see our different folder connections that we have on here. Ours is Desktop Forestry 215. Click the little plus sign, and you find the March 15th geodatabase. So our table of contents is where the layer list is, and you'll see that mine is not visible. If for some reason your table of contents is not visible, just like you did with the catalog, you go to Windows, Table of Contents, and here's our layer list. So when you create a geodatabase and you create feature classes inside that geodatabase, ArcMap automatically puts them in your table of contents. But when you open up a geodatabase that we created, like I did here, you'll notice there aren't any layers. So we have to take our layers one by one that we want and drag them into the table of contents. So click with the left mouse button, drag it over to the table of contents, and do that for all 3 features. Then we're going to add our base map. Remember, we always add the features first and then add the imagery after we have features in our table of contents, because if we don't, sometimes the projection systems can get messed up. So we'll wait for this to load. And we're already zoomed into the area that we want from the last session. I'm going to zoom out just a hair. We're going to be digitizing the field back behind my house. So we use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out to where this will fit on the screen. And we have to, and the next step will be to go to the editor toolbar. Now you'll see my editor toolbar is right here. If you go to customize, if for some reason your toolbar is not there, like mine isn't now, you go to customize, toolbars, and find the editor toolbar. And once you have the editor toolbar, you click on editor and click start editing. Okay. Now we'll click on the create features button, which is the one all the way to the right, and we'll see our 3 features. At this point, it's a good idea to change the area features to something that's going to be transparent, because the area feature will cover up your base map and make it hard to see what you're doing. So change your fill color to no color. I like to set the outline width to 2, and then we'll use the Carolina Panthers blue because it shows up good. We'll click track, and our little mouse pointer becomes across a plus sign. We're just going to draw the vertices. Since this is a straight line, we can just do the corners. You see this has some curve to it, and we're going to put in plenty of vertices. The more vertices you put in, the more accurate you'll be. Eventually you get to a point where you're spending all your time drawing, so you have to find the right balance of number of vertices. We'll go on and digitize this field. And when we're done, click with the right mouse button. It brings up this menu. We'll finish sketch. Okay, now that we're done, we're going to stop editing because the track feature is done. Always select save. Now we're going to put in the path. So I'm going to move it down just a little bit so I can see the entire path. We'll go to start editing and we'll select path. The path is right here. Now you'll notice when I get close to another feature, the mouse wants to snap to it. It says track edge here, track vertex. So we don't want to snap to it. So when we get in a situation like this where it's trying to snap to something that we don't want, you have to zoom in a little bit so that you can put the path where it actually goes. Now, the easiest way to zoom in and out while you're drawing something is to use the wheel on your mouse button. If you're using a laptop and you don't have an actual mouse, then you'll have to go over here and use the pluses and minuses. So we can zoom out a little with the minus. It's easier to do it with the mouse wheel if you can. Now we'll go back to path, and it picks up where we left off. We'll double click, and that is another way to end that feature. We'll go to editor, stop editing, save the edits, and for each feature class, when you're done with it, you need to stop editing, and then for the next one, you need to start editing. So we're going to put in a point now, and let's put a point in. This is a graveyard here. Let's just add a point right in the middle of it. Double click on point. We'll change this to something that we can see good. The green octagon should show up pretty good, and you see the our point. We'll zoom out a little bit, center the photo, and we can see the features that we've created. Now at this point, we're going to stop editing, save the edits. We'll go ahead and save the file, save the entire project, and we'll call this, let's see, we'll go to Forestry 215, and we'll call this field. Click save. And that's how you create an edit feed. That's how you create. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and edit one of these features so I can show you how to do that. Let's say that we put our, let's find a place where we didn't get the line perfect. So right here's a place where the line really should be up here. We'll go to Editor, Start Editing. We're going to select Track, and we'll click on this, which is the Vertex Editor button, Edit Vertices. We'll click on that. It says select a single editable feature to modify. So we'll click on the line, and it brings up the edited vertices. As we get over top of one of the vertices, it changes to this little box with the 4 arrows. Hold down and put this where you want it. Now, it doesn't actually move it, it just shows you where it's going to be. To actually move that vertex, we click the Edit Vertices button, and it's moved it. If we want to add a vertex in the middle, so that we can, let's say that we've got a line that we drew as a straight line, but we need to put another vertex in it. So let's do this on the path. We have to stop editing our track feature, click yes. Now we'll start editing and we'll select path. So we're going to click this here. Oops, that's not what we wanted to do. I'll hit backspace. I'll hit backspace and get out of this. Now we've got an unwanted path here, so what we can do here is delete it. So you can go select by line, draw a line over top of the line that we don't want to select it, hit edit, cut, and that gets rid of that line. So we'll go to edit vertices. We have to select the feature, go to edit vertices, and hit the find the add vertex button. And we can take this and we'll add a vertex right here. And then we can take that vertex and we can move it over here. When we hit the edit vertices button, it moves that vertex. That doesn't look quite right. So let's go ahead and put it back over here just a hair. Looks good. And then at the end, of course, you're going to stop editing. It's going to ask you to save, and then we'll save the field track.